Goal line touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown run by Travis Etienne, and Jacksonville has retaken the lead.
Willis. Give. Henry goes in standing up. Touchdown Titans! The franchise record for touchdowns. Number 75 for the King.
Handoff, Pollard coming left. Foot in the ground, first down and more, 50. Good block from the tight end. Sideline, keep running, 10, 5, touchdown, Tony Pollard.
Well, there's your 100-yard game.
Twins to the right, Walker the snap. Hands off Foreman, up the middle, breaks a tackle. 5-2, touchdown! Deontay Foreman from 12 yards out.
That was a classic.
Tumbling, spinning, pretzeling into the end zone. And he's given the Panthers the lead, and that is 3 touchdowns now for Deontay Foreman.
Dalton to throw, looking, dumps it across the middle. Kamara's got it. 25, 20, 15, 10, near side, and he will scoot into the end zone. Alvin Kamara does it again. 3 for 3, 3 TDs for AK. They're going to give it to McCaffrey coming left. McCaffrey, touchdown! San Francisco! He has thrown one, he has caught one, he has run one.
Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
Yes, sir.
What up, what up? Happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome to the show. Corey Nando and Friends, brought to you by Mayo Media Network here on the Bettor Sports Network. We got a lot. Corey, we got a lot to talk about. But we want to feature our virtual trick-or-treating today.
Yay!
Come knocking on our virtual door, and we're basically just handing stuff out like it's trick-or-treating. Look at all this. I got some Bowman packs. I got some Big League Baseball. I got some Bowman U here. I don't want this. This is going right into your pocket. This guy, I don't know if you ever heard of this guy, but I suppose he's a big deal.
Who's that?
Nasir Cunningham from Overtime Elite.
All right, there you go.
He's an number one prospect.
He's going to be draft pick. I got a silver Alonzo Mourning if you don't want it. I'm not giving that away.
Look at that bad boy.
That's a nice one right there. That's Matthew Berry. You know what I'm saying? The homie. So that's a good look right there. So virtual trick or treat in the day.
Here's how it works. Just hit the call button. Come on the show. Say trick or treat.
That's it.
If you got a question, awesome. We'll help. Right? We're here to help.
Yeah, help, talk, trash, whatever you want to do. Get ready for the night. Get ready for not get ready for next week, E. But talk. You know what I'm saying? Wrap up, put a bow on everything we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting when you look at what you saw yesterday, Nando, because for the first time in forever, you know the song?
For the first
time in forever, we have a year
of
fantasy.
Frozen. Is that
Frozen? Yeah, Frozen, a movie I've seen 1 billion times.
Yeah.
We have a year of fantasy where there is finally some running backs popping in certain situations. Like we're getting good running back news. Normally, the running back situation is who you got on draft day, is who you're going to have the whole year.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hit or miss on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
But ETN situation is solid now. I think Tony Pollard has added more carries. Donta Foreman, all of a sudden, is a major player, as is the Carolina Panthers and the NFC South. So we got some action, you know what I'm saying, with these running backs, and maybe the second half of the season can start turning around if you got a slow start, if you were lucky enough to grab one of these backs. And as long as Andy Dalton is starting, put Alvin Kamara in that mix too, because that is really working with those two.
Hey, we got our first trick-or-treater. Welcome to the show, Jay Bake 3333.
Jay Bake
3333. What's up, man? Or woman? Could be Julie, could be Jessica, could be Janet. Well, either way. Hey, by the way, if you want to come trick-or-treat, you don't have to jump on air. You can just tell the guys in the background.
Yeah, you can tell
Jay Bake, welcome to the show. Happy Halloween.
How come we can't hear you, Jay?
I don't know. Can you hear us? Oh, he's got some of the kids going. He wanted to come on and sing Frozen. All right. I don't know if this is going to work.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jay Bake, what's up, man?
Jay Bake, what up?
What's going on?
Welcome to the show. How you doing? All right. Maybe we'll have him call back. Or maybe we'll just get his info in the background. Virtual trick-or-treating. There goes one. That's a ding. I would call it a ding-dong ditch, Corey.
Yeah.
You mentioned Etienne. Where is he? Top what?
Hey, you the ding dong. That's so funny. Jaden's mother, when we was living in the dorm, she used to do that.
Yeah.
Knock on
Really?
people's door and run. Work and grind is up. Let's see if we can get my man Work and Grind up. You know what I'm saying? Get him in here. You know what I mean? And talk to our people. See how everything went for them yesterday and how they are going. You know how they're looking forward to this week right here.
Work and Grind. What's up?
What up, Work?
How's it going, fellas? Trick or treat.
Yeah.
Trick or treat, bro.
All right, you're in.
Well, what's good? How was your fantasy day yesterday? How was your NFL day yesterday?
Oh, well, my fantasy day is terrible. I had a terrible season, but the betting side's going better.
All right, that's good.
Wow,
that's good. I had a decent day yesterday. Man, that Colts, though, I had a nice little parlay rolling. The Colts blew that one up, letting the Commanders get back in there and win that game. Also, you know who let me down yesterday, Work? The Raiders. Man, the Raiders, I'm done. I'm done.
We should have done with them like 3 weeks ago.
I see you're right, Nando. I should have been done with them 3 weeks ago, but now it's serious. I'm done with the Raiders. What do you think, Work?
The Raiders might as well change their name to the Lions.
Yeah, you're right. They can't even score. The best offensive Sunday of the year, and the Raiders give us a donut. What's up with that?
Maybe Josh McDaniels.
How do you have Josh Jacobs on your team and do that?
Yeah, exactly. Devontae Adams and all these dudes, and this happens. It's terrible. So let me ask you: you wasn't able to get none of the running backs is going off. No Foreman. No, nothing. You know what I'm saying? No Tony Pollard. No running back.
I drafted Najee and Keenan Allen. So that's about how my season's been going. Oh yeah, and Eli Mitchell.
Oh wow, yeah, that's tough. No, that's tough.
And it's a 14-team super flex.
Oh, then you're done. You're toast.
Hey, you know, you could still have a Dante Foreman. I don't know, Gus Edwards backfield if you played your waiver wire right. It's not so bad.
Then the 14-team league is tougher though. Hey, let me ask you, who you like tonight? Bengals. What do you want to do with that number tonight? Cincinnati, Cincinnati laying 3.5 in the total 45. Anything you like at this one tonight?
I mean, I hate giving up that hook. That's terrible. But I think Cincinnati can cover 7.5.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't be wanting to bet it real heavy on that, but I would probably bet the all the way up to 10, maybe laying 10 and rainfall. All bet it.
You're the guy you're having a good season. We should be writing this down.
Yeah, for real. So you would go all the way up. You think the Bengals hammer them tonight?
I mean, the Browns' offense is not explosive.
No.
And what is Cincy? Explosive. So even if the Browns can try and keep it close, Cincy can score on them on every single drive.
It's a Hayden Hurst night.
Also, I need Boyd to go off for basically an A.J. Brown night. You think it's going to happen?
He's not a stranger to those games, man.
And then with no Jamar Chase, you know the Bengals still going to do what they do and air it out. So you could – how many points you need from Boyd?
I literally need 39 points from Boyd.
You're probably not going to get
A.J. Brown scored 39.8 points.
Yeah.
He put up 28 points last week.
That was a career game.
Yeah, but I wouldn't bank on that back to back. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm a raging optimist, so I'll at least watch the game.
All right, well that's cool then.
Nice.
Hey, Nando, what you got for work?
I don't know. I was gonna throw a bunch of grab bags. I was just gonna split all this stuff up based on like real Halloween. Like here you go, boom.
Okay.
Work. What do you like?
Yeah, like just grab a handful and drop it in.
Yeah, and then throw it in an envelope and send it on its merry way.
Well, there you go, right there.
That sounds like fire.
You might end up with this.
I appreciate you guys.
Nelson Vales cycling card.
There you go. All right. Hey, they work. Good looking out. Appreciate you and good luck tonight, my man.
You guys too.
Later.
All right. And Jay Bake. Yeah, me too. I love it. Jay, we're actually tricking people into calling in by giving away free stuff.
Yeah, we'll give you some money. No.
I didn't complete my sentence yet.
Said no.
Jay Bake,
we're gonna lit up.
Don't worry about your service. We're gonna send you. You're in. You're in, man. You were the first trick or treater in the history of Corey and Nando and friends. So, Corey, I got a card of the day, and it's a perfect segue to talking about someone here.
I got some interesting stuff.
Hello.
That is Deonta Foreman. Prism autograph prism right there.
I believe there's also
that looks real good.
A little bit of this on the back here.
Ooh, it's numbered, auto prism numbered.
That is, I think that's 99 of 99, if I'm correct.
Okay. So nice little Deonta Foreman action right there.
I can't read it. It's too. I think
University
it's 99, 99.
I think it's 99.99 too, Nando.
We're not giving that one away.
No, that one stays. But Foreman, listen, they run the ball well. He gets behind that line. He's a fearless runner. He's not scared. They've committed to him.
Yeah.
He gets in there. He pounds the rock. As long as they're playing in close games, I think he's going to be a factor coming down the stretch of the season. So I think go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
I think we got a good thing going if you got Foreman. And also the fact that they lost that game yesterday, but you guys were right. They're a player, right? And you know why? Because I think they're starting to believe now.
Dude.
And then confidence on a team like that is so dangerous. And then they play in that terrible division. And there you go. That's all it really takes.
Obviously I was watching like Carolina ripped out my heart yesterday, right? And I'm like, oh man, when DJ Moore dropped that pass and then you turn around and he catches the bomb and you're like, he totally redeemed himself. Everything's gonna be great. And poor Eddie Pinheiro, man. Like I feel bad for him. I know he basically single-handedly ruined. Although tell you what, they come out with confidence, Corey, on a short-ish week for Cincinnati. You never know, man. They can catch him off guard.
But the thing that's crazy, if they would have won that game yesterday, they would have been 3-0 in the division.
I know, man.
That's humongous.
Could you imagine?
They would have been 3-0 in the division, and they would have been in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going to the second half of the season, they'd have been in the driver's seat.
Was 33. But you know what?
As soon as he took his helmet off, Nando, I was like, they're gonna have to add on 15 yards to this because the referee not gonna let him get away with that. I understand the emotion, but you can't take your helmet off. Music City Miracle, you know what I'm saying? The game ain't over. The Music City Miracle, the game was over.
There's still a good amount of time left on that clock too.
Yeah, he got to kick the field goal. The game was tied.
It's overshadowing a Marcus Mariota. Very good game, man. I thought Marcus Mariota, but I don't know if that's
been outscoring. I have a best ball team that's doing very well.
Yeah,
he's been the starting quarterback more weeks than Lamar Jackson has.
What's Lamar? So hold on, I actually got a Lamar Jackson team. I want to share this with you. This is the kind of Sunday I had. Right now, I got a 99% chance to win this game over at CBS. My quarterback's Lamar Jackson. My running back's Travis Etienne. So Jackson, but this is good and bad. This is like a charity league. It's a CBS Draftathon for St. Jude. Lamar Jackson, 25. Travis Etienne, I had 24. DeAndre Swift, I had 13, whatever. I had Chris Olave with 10. I had AJ Brown with 39. So shout out to Work and Grind.
There you go.
Hunter Renfrow with 1.
Yeah.
Mo Alley Cox with 0. Donta Foreman with 31. Sanders with 7. Ravens with 7. On the bench, I guess I could have started Chase Claypool, but everyone else was just
exactly.
I had Devontae Adams benched.
How'd that happen?
I didn't think he was going to be healthy. When they're like, oh, he's going to play, I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't think he's going to be good. So I'm going to start Renfrow instead, and they'll probably pepper him with targets. And they didn't.
Well, they didn't do nothing on offense.
Wan'Dale Robinson on the bench. This is a team that has Cordell Patterson too.
Oh yeah, so that team is solid.
Yeah,
you get Patterson back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're going to win some money for St. Jude.
There you go. Could possibly make a run at it for everybody at St. Jude's.
I guess some breaking-ish news. Rashad Bateman's got a foot injury. He's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks here. Does that mean anything to you in life at all? Because I'm done with Rashad Bateman, kind of.
Ravens don't throw the ball. Ravens wide receivers are not successful. The Ravens haven't had a successful wide receiver since Steve Smith.
How crazy was it? How bad? This is my problem with fantasy. And it actually fits into today's show because I'm sure there are a billion shows out there doing is this player a trick or a treat? And people, that's so stale.
That's 10 years. That's if you're doing that, please do better.
But it's the people who are
don't do it. Just ignore Halloween if you're going to do that. Exactly.
Give out free stuff. Hey, if you're just tuning in right now, hit the call button. We got grab bags full of fun. We'll play Jared's video after the break, after the 3:30 break. He's giving some stuff away too. So we'll get together and we'll see who gets what. But also everyone just assumed this is the Rashad Bateman show. Once Hollywood Brown got traded, it was like Rashad Bateman show.
But it's like the thing in New England. Like, when has there been a fantasy relevant wide receiver in Baltimore? When?
Right.
It doesn't happen.
Since Lamar Jackson.
So stop
Lamar
looking
Jackson
for it.
Yeah.
Even before Lamar Jackson era, it wasn't a position. It's not a position of strength for them. Who's the dude? Brashard Perryman. He was supposed to be a Baltimore Raven wide receiver savior. Even Hollywood Brown wasn't that great when he was in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough to it's not a position I go for. We already know what it is. I tell you what, if Isaiah Likely is on your waiver wire, you might want to pick him up.
That's your move.
That's the move right there.
Yeah.
Especially if you still have to, worry about the health status of Mark Andrews. Likely's going to get that work. And J.K. Dobbins winning if he come back. But I feel like it's another season loss for Dobbins.
Let's say we find out this week that Mark Andrews is going to miss, let's say 2 to 3 weeks. Let's just throw out 2 to 3 weeks, just as a hypothetical. Would you rather pick up Isaiah Likely or Greg Dulcich? Who's your move? Yeah,
Isaiah Likely.
All right,
because that's what Lamar's going to do. We know that. You see what I'm saying? We got information. We got statistics. We got everything that tells us our eyes ain't lying when we say like Lamar Jackson like to throw the ball to the tight end. That's where he throws the football. The wide receivers, you can forget about that. I'd rather, if Likely and Bateman was on my waiver wire, I would pick up Likely.
Yeah, actually, I would too. I think. Well, I mean, if Mark Andrews is healthy, would you still do that? Just like go 2 tight ends.
Yeah, at that point, it's a wash. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not, man.
But then you're right. You got there's 2 of them. Where did Likely go to school at? Let me look that up.
He's close to Carolina. He's
I think he's close to Carolina guy.
Brandon Howard wrote a great story about him. Like 3 small school. Maybe hold on. Maybe it was Gene Clemens, who was like 3 small school guys who could make a big impact. I think he's close to Carolina, the Billionaires school. We never got him on. He
is Coastal Carolina, 4th round draft pick out of Coastal Carolina.
I only knew that because we wrote a story and I edited it. It's not like I know, please don't quiz me on any more college stuff. No, Work and Grind's got a bunch of questions. Pitts almost got 100, and he's right.
From Massachusetts.
What is Claypool going forward? That's a great question. I've picked up Claypool in a few leagues where he's just been sitting on the wire. I mean, this guy still Chase Claypool. We have short memories in fantasy, I guess.
Man. I just look at the Pittsburgh's offense is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Right. And you try to get involved with that Pittsburgh Steelers offense. So, I don't know what Claypool is. I know that whatever you want him to be, I would tip up my expectations. And the Atlanta Falcons scored 37. It took Atlanta to score. If Kyle Pitts didn't get it done yesterday, it was never going to happen.
Yep.
But it was good to see him get it done, especially when that team scored 37 points. Because they normally don't score 37. He had a couple of big plays. It's not like he was the focal point of the offense, but I think in games that are going to be helter-skelter, closely played games like that, I think those are the kind of situations where you can see Pitts being involved more depending on the flow of the game. Like next week, they're at home versus the Chargers. I think Pitts would be in a good spot because Los Angeles is going to come in there and make them score and try to get them out their way. And now I think you're starting to see more trust develop in Mariota's game as far as Arthur Smith goes and calling plays. They got the Panthers the week after next. The teams play again on November 10th, right around the corner. Then they got a game against the Bears. See, now the game against the Bears, we'll talk about the Bears too.
Oh, man. We got so much like that. Like, you can just go from stone to stone to stone to stone this week. Like, it's crazy.
But, if they play a clock management, that could be a bad game. But they may not need to play clock management because the Bears look like they are ready to start scoring. Running Fields out the backfield has and giving him those plays has kind of opened that offense up for him. And the fact that Chicago is not good on defense is also it's going to keep them on the field.
They got so many good pieces on their defense. Like at least at the front. Yeah. You got Khalil Mack, you got Roquan Smith. You got it's like it should be a good defense.
They're on the field entirely too much.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a part of it as well.
Although not lately.
But about to say not lately. Lately it's like they're figuring out how to work with Fields. I'm more optimistic about Fields than I was 2 weeks ago.
What is Fields? Atop what? Corey, gaze into these eyes.
Oh, of that PSA 10. I got to.
I'm bought for $40. I'm worth
I
65.
I know right now it's up to 65. I got some stuff. I happened to run into some stuff. I'll tell you where. You're gonna be like, for real? But we can get into that a little bit later on.
All right, keep that front of mind. Justin Fields, he's a top what? He's a top what to you right now? Is he a top 12 maybe?
I don't know if he's top 12. I'm gonna look and see. Yeah, he is top 12 right now.
Because we can go through the, like, I don't like when people like top what, and you're like, oh, he's 14. Like I know.
Well,
like,
the numbers don't lie. Right
list.
Now he's QB 11, so he's a starter in the 12-team fantasy league.
Right. You should be dropping your whatever's for him.
You should be dropping your Tom Brady's for him.
100%. I don't think it's even a question at this point.
Yeah.
You should be dropping your Tom Brady's for. Would you drop Tom Brady for Trevor Lawrence, who's been a massive disappointment, I think? As I sip.
Man, Trevor Lawrence is still QB 10. He gets a lot of volume, but he's not going to win you no championship. Well, let me not say that, because he any fantasy, any quarterback can really win it for you, depending on what the rest of your roster looks like.
Right.
I would go with. I probably would go in the opposite direction. I would bench Lawrence.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I can't just, like, something's wrong with, like Brady's, all these other years where Brady's had a slow start. You're like, well, it's Tom Brady. He's got weapons. Everything will be fine. This year, it's like, it's Tom Brady. He's got weapons, but something's not right. Like, there's something was always kind of ready to be right. And like the pieces were in place, and it was like this year, something's wrong. Something's not there.
Well, the offensive line, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The kind of coaching that he likes, the kind of players he likes to throw to, you know what I mean? You're seeing more and more of this. This is probably going to be it, which there's nothing to worry about. But they are kind of very irrelevant right now. They're still going to have a shot to get back into it with the way that NFC South is. But right now, they are like the Commanders, basically. The same type of team. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get from week to week. And a matter of fact, I think you can look at the Commanders and be like, the Commanders are probably better than Tampa right now.
I would say that. Where are you on actually, two-part question. Would you take Heineke over Tom Brady? And where are you on Antonio Gibson now?
I would take Heineke over Brady right now. Commanders on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Got the Vikings coming up next. Now, the Vikings, we got to talk about the Vikings at some point today, too.
This is amazing, right?
Yeah, it is. But
this is I love it. They're just like the Giants.
It's going to crash and it's going to crash and burn, though. Trust me.
They are the Giants without media attention, basically.
Yeah, and for good reason, because everybody knows it's going to come to an end. Gibson is the man.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, like all this bright, like a lot of people dropped Antonio Gibson.
They mentioned it on the game about how they were giving the ball to Brian Robinson and Gibson's a better player. They mentioned it on the game.
Really? On the broadcast?
Yeah, on the broadcast they mentioned it. So, yeah, exactly. Everybody can see it, Ron. So, luckily, right now, you do have them making big plays. Big game like yesterday by McLaurin. The Colts are so scatterbrained and so scattershot.
Dude.
The Colts do everything they possibly can to lose the football game. Turn the ball over in the red zone. Every game, they have a red zone turnover. Never fails. Jonathan Taylor. Is Jonathan Taylor the worst 1-1 in recent memory?
Uninjured?
Unanimous 1-1.
Le'Veon Bell might have been.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I mean, that doesn't count either. That was weird. This is all performance.
But this guy was a unanimous 1-1, and he is a dog so far this year. And don't get me wrong, he's already gone towards the end of last year. That's probably not going to happen this year.
I don't know. What's it going to? I guess if he starts hitting in the playoffs, yeah, maybe. But
what playoffs? Oh, the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah, the fantasy playoffs. Like I'm saying, if he finishes strong, then all will be forgiven for these terrible games early. I think, but you got to get in there. He hurt his ankle again. He's a mess.
Yeah, well,
he's like that team.
Hey, your best ability is your availability. It is a mess. I'm done with them too. You're not going to hear me say. Well, then back to you. You may not hear me say that no more. But I just feel like they be in some good spots sometimes. They should have got the win yesterday. Shout out to the Commanders. Shout out to Terry McLaurin for getting that done yesterday. That was a big-time play made by a big-time player. So that's a lot that they can be happy about right there, Nando.
Dude, like Salfino had the stat where he's like, last year with Heineke, McLaurin had 25% target share. This year, without Heineke, he had 15%. Day Heineke came back, it was like 24.7% target share.
Just like that.
Like, it's like, that's, hey, I have a superstar wide receiver. I'm going to throw him the ball. How about that?
What happens when Carson Wentz come back?
I don't know. Carson Wentz is done, man. Why would you put Carson Wentz back in? Pull a Matt Ryan on him, man. Right?
Oh, he going to cry about it. He going to cry about it.
Man up and hold the clipboard like Baker Mayfield, who's the man now.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield is doing that. He said, I like my teammates. I'm happy to be here. I'm like, look at Baker.
That's great. That's what you want. That's called leadership. You know what that is? Leadership. Who knew? Baker Mayfield, leader. I want to talk about the Texans D really quickly, because the fact that I had to write when they announced that Malik Willis was starting. They do this thing in the news of The Athletic where they ask the fantasy people for like the fantasy spin, like give us a paragraph or two. So I wrote the paragraph on Malik Willis. I'm like, look, his upside is probably going to be limited. They might not let him throw a bunch. I'm sure he'll run. Maybe he's got an upside of like 80 yards, which is 8 points, which is like 200 passing yards, really the equivalent. But I mean, I'm sure they'll just run it with Derrick Henry, and then the defense will probably force him to throw. And so you'll probably get like 140, 150 yards, maybe a touchdown out of that. What's hilarious is the defense somehow didn't force him to throw and just let Derrick Henry run all over them. That was the weirdest.
Derrick Henry always does to them.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, what? Like, you have Malik Willis, I don't know if the Texans.
But no, Willis, it makes it even more dangerous. Like, it was a couple things that I saw yesterday that made me alter some of my wagers. So let's start with Tennessee and Houston.
All right.
Once you got the get-go that Willis was going to be the man, easy play to Derrick Henry over.
Sure.
Because you're just as afraid of Malik Willis taking off than you are of Derrick Henry taking off, which makes things much easier for Derrick Henry.
Right.
If they can get the two of them rolling together, he can really start having some big games like this, because it's almost like you would rather get beat by Henry than beat by Willis. So let's see how they develop and scheme Willis, because if they can make him an extra back in that backfield, they're going to give teams a hard time. They're on Football Night in America coming up this weekend, going against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to be an interesting game. So
you don't think Ryan Tannehill's going to just slide right back in?
He should. We'll see what happens.
They were like he was officially illness. I guess he still had the ankle injury, but like officially this was an illness thing.
Yeah. If he comes back, then you know what you got.
Right.
One thing with Willis is
a boring Football Night in America game.
Exactly. Yeah. Where the Titans are 11-point dogs.
Yeah. But Willis.
Oh, the Ravens just made a move.
What is it? Breaking news.
Breaking news. Baltimore Ravens traded for Roquan Smith.
What?
All right. Yep. So now you got a stud linebacker, Baltimore Ravens. You know they like that big time linebacker.
Wow.
That can control the field. Now you got that to add to that defense. I think they needed someone in the back end of the defense, or a like they should have been in on Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, that too. They should have been in on Christian McCaffrey, right? They should have been in on a player like that to help Lamar out. But you improving that defense helps Lamar out as well. Can they compete with Kansas City and Buffalo now? No.
I don't know, man. Roquan Smith, he's awesome.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's great. He's great.
Why did they trade? I'm sure that
because the Bears are probably cleaning house. It'll make for a great AFC divisional round game with Josh Allen versus Roquan Smith.
Yeah, that's deflating.
Josh Allen gonna win. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but it'll be at least more interesting now.
It will be more interesting. That's a big time move. What
did they give up? Like a third rounder?
You know as much as me. Yeah.
All right. You know what? So like when we talk about the Panthers, right? Panthers traded Christian McCaffrey and like a malcontent Robbie Anderson. They didn't trade like Horn, like that would have been a deflating move. But getting rid of a running back, and everyone's like, "Oh, running backs don't matter." Fine. Well, getting rid of Robbie Anderson, who wasn't doing anything anyway.
They actually didn't do a bad job putting the team together, man.
I know.
He just couldn't coach the team, but they got better along the defensive front, and they have their defense is straight. It's not like they drafted poorly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They added pieces where they could.
Yep.
They couldn't never figure out the quarterback. and it started to spiral out of control. You know what I'm saying? So you say, well, PJ Walker was there the whole time, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's the rally around the backup quarterback.
Right.
We got something now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The team came together. They rallied around Wilkes. They rallied around Walker. They were very upset they didn't win that game yesterday.
Oh, man. I don't think they're going to cut Eddie Pinheiro either, which actually might be like the exact right move right now. It's like, we're going to rally around Eddie Pinheiro, man. That dude
were standing around him in the press conference.
He missed one kick in the first 7 games.
It was interesting. They were standing around him in the press conference, kind of like in like a protector type mode. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Interesting bunch. I'm all for it though, because
likable team.
When you get to the playoffs, the Cowboys are probably going to, be the 5 seed, which means they'll probably play the NFC South champion. So that'd be an easy advance to the next round. At least you hope so.
Yeah, right.
But I would love a Carolina-Dallas first round playoff matchup. That'd be so awesome. And right there in Charlotte too, I'd be at that game with a whole bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans and be getting ready to move on to the next round.
All right.
To play the team that's going to beat the Vikings in the first round.
I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah, we got to talk Vikings. We got a lot to talk about. You have your mystery reveal of where you found some good memorabilia.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so obviously we're trick-or-treating all show. So call in. You don't even have to come on the show if you want. Just tell the producers in the back, like, hey, my name's John. Here's my address, and I want some stuff. We're going to come back. Jared has actually put together a trick-or-treat package. But we're giving away cool prizes with our daily social giveaway all week long. Today's a Bryce Harper autographed baseball. So you got to follow us at Bettor Network. Retweet, just go to the Twitter page, retweet the official pinned giveaway post. You'll see it. Contest closes tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on Bettor Sports Live, and Rick Kamla's going to announce the winner. You just got to follow Bettor. It's the thing you always see. Follow us on Twitter, retweet the thing. You qualify for Bryce Harper autographed baseball. Brought to you by GetInTheGame.com and Bettor Sports Network. So if you want a piece of Bryce Harper autographed baseball from GetInTheGame.com, go to our Twitter, retweet that thing, follow us, and kablooey. If you want some fun stuff like a Matthew Berry card, call up, trick or treat. We're here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more after this.
Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
Joined right now by Dave Eisman, co-founder of Jock Market. Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing?
Thank you for coming on. Sponsoring the show on the network and everything, man. We much appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have one of your, I don't know what you should call him. Not a sycophant, really. Maybe a disciple, maybe I don't know. John Legeza on once in a while. And he is
he's on it.
Like all in caps, Jock Market, and his enthusiasm for it. I mean, look, I remember we had Jock Market sponsor one of the athletic shows a while ago too, so I was familiar with the game. But he is the proselytizer big time of your game.
Yeah, right from the jump. The second we first started talking to him, it was very clear it was a match. He got the game. It was he's a big stock guy too, so the crossover between that and him making picks every day, it's really like a match, perfect match for us.
That's cool. That's what's up. Me and Nando, we've talked to. I mean, we've been doing shows for a long time. And I remember back in the day interviewing Nigel and Jason Robbins and all of that stuff. And one of the interesting things when we talked to Nigel was hearing about the story of FanDuel and how it kind of came about at South by Southwest. How did Jock Market come about? Where did the thought process come from? What were you into at the time? What were you looking to do? How did Jock Market become to be the app that's on our phones today?
Yeah, no, great question. So, working with my co-founder Tyler at our previous company, we played a lot of DraftKings and FanDuel on our own, and obviously we liked it. We loved playing, but figured there were other ways out there, other ways to play that would be more interesting. And we've also both been interested in investing for a long time, and it was kind of crazy that the stock market and sports concept hadn't really been. I mean, it'd been people had tried it before, but that it hadn't really worked. And then the daily fantasy spin really showed us an opportunity to make it work, where you can have an intrinsic value for those shares. So you have people coming and buying in shares, but if it's a perpetual market, the shares never pay out. It's kind of hard to figure out what they'll be worth. But in a daily market, you buy those shares, in the afternoon. By that evening, for the most part, they're going to pay out real cash. So you have an intrinsic value. I think this is going to be worth X dollars by the end of the night. So now I have a number I can come and pay for it. So that's really where we saw the opportunity. It's just a matter of making the game work within fantasy sports regulations and making it fun and interesting and giving people the opportunity to make money by playing.
Walker remains in the gun. 3-man rush, takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left. He's flushed, loads up, airs it deep downfield for DJ Moore. Behind his man. Oh, he caught the ball. DJ Moore caught the ball.
How did that happen?
Oh, my goodness. Touchdown, Carolina. This is amazing. This will be a 48-yard extra point. Jansen to snap. Hecker to hold. The snap, the hold. Pinheiro drives his leg through. The kick is up. And no good.
Oh, my gosh.
No.
This game has had everything, every emotion. Snap, spot. Try is away from Pinheiro. He missed it. Holy smokes. That's just the way, it's a mental game when it comes to kicking. And he missed a 33-yard field goal, and Atlanta gets the ball back.
Bettor Sports Network is betting, fantasy, collectibles. It's sports talk done better.
Welcome back, everybody. Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media Network here on Bettor Sports Network. Your home for everything fun, basically. Virtual Trick or Treat and still rocking and rolling. We got a lot of stuff to give away, including our producer, Jared Moore. Jared actually recorded himself putting together his trick or treat pack. And I believe we have some video. This isn't like a setup to a joke. He really does. Like, check out what he's got in his. Maybe it'll entice you to call in, especially if you're in Sidney Ponson. Roll that clip.
Coming virtual trick-or-treating, and today I have for you a 2021 Panini Contenders Baker Mayfield MVP card, because when I think MVPs, I think Baker Mayfield. Now, I heard the other day when I was off, Corey and Nando talking to Shayna Goldman, and they were talking about Miro Heiskanen. I don't have a Miro Heiskanen card for you, but I have the next best thing. I have Cale Makar, the best defenseman in the NHL. And since I love baseball, the Yankees are my favorite team. I figured let's go through the legendary New York Yankees. Ruth, Gehrig, Jeter, Rivera, and Sidney Ponson. So you get that as well. Now, I know what you're saying. These prizes are awesome, and I totally agree with you. But I didn't leave much to the imagination, and also this is Halloween. You do have a little bit of a sweet tooth, and you want a little bit of a treat, and I can understand that. So I'm going to include a pack of 1987 Topps baseball cards, 17 cards plus a stick of bubble gum, just for you because I like you, and also because Nando mentioned Leaf the other day. How about a set of Leaf cards, Series 2 from 1991? You get 3 pieces of a Harmon Killebrew puzzle in here. Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew. Now, we go big on this show. We go Hall of Famers, we go Legends, we go Sidney Ponson. And that leaves me with one last gift for you on this Halloween edition of Corey Nando and Friends. How about you fire up the old PlayStation 3? I'll even include a copy of Madden 2000 signed, autographed by nobody.
Okay.
Nobody signed it, but you have Hall of Famers on it. Brett Favre's a Hall of Famer. He's on the cover. And on the back cover, you have future Hall of Famer Eli Manning. Doesn't get much better than that. So enjoy all this wonderful stuff. Thank you for listening to Corey Nando and Friends, and have a wonderful day.
Why would someone want to try and unload some Brett Favre stuff right now?
Hey, Eli Manning going to the Hall of Fame thing is so painful to me because there's no way Eli Manning should have been in the Hall of Fame, but he won like 2 games that's against the New England Patriots that kind of guarantees his enshrinement.
Yeah.
But overall body of work, he is not a Hall of Famer.
No, but he's having a good post career too. Like this Manning cast.
Yeah,
it's hit or miss for me. But I mean, like he's endearing himself to the voters.
Speaking of Manning cast, and then we'll get back to the games in a minute because we still got a lot to get into and recap. So should we start? Stephen A's in the NBA and Stephen A's world is a Stephen A. Manning cast that ESPN has on ESPN2 on some NBA nights now. It was cool. It was actually kind of authentic. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And to sit there and watch the game with him watching the game, especially he's so smart and knows so much about it and knows all the people around the game.
Yeah.
Found it to be interesting. A little less Kendrick Perkins for me. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. I think Perk is good, but I can't have too much Perk. So I think you got to find some better people to put with him on there. And obviously, he's Stephen A. Smith. I'm sure they will. But I think it's going to be pretty good. I'll try it again when they run next time they run it, and I'll come back and report on the new things. And then you have LeBron James.
Yeah.
With the shop at on Amazon Prime. It's just so cool.
It's not HBO anymore.
Yeah, well, no, like it's HBO and Amazon Prime and right. LeBron James and Maverick Carter. And
all right, gotcha.
Very corporate, scripted. You know what I'm saying? The whole let me get a piece of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to check it out, but I can almost guarantee you I'm not going to like it because it's not. It's not going to
call it scripted.
It's not going to be authentic because it's not. I guarantee you it won't be authentic.
All right.
LeBron James and Jeff Bezos don't say, you know what I'm saying? Authenticity is however you say that word. You know what I'm trying to say. I guarantee you it's going to be super duper corporate.
Report. You know, we should get a media reporter for the show. We should put that on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be the media reporter.
I was hoping that'd be my role. Right. But whatever.
I'll pull down the ad. All right, you're the official media reporter of the show.
Me and Work and Grind.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think so I'm looking forward to I'm going to check it out. Like I said, I saw the Stephen A thing. I thought that was pretty good. The shop, I'm going to give it a chance, but I guarantee you I'm not going to like it.
That's fine.
Or maybe I should go in with an open head. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. I go into it with an open mind. I give LeBron and his corporate partners a shot.
No, I think you're right, man. Like he's very, like even in live interviews. What was that thing everyone makes fun of him for when he had like a book?
The Malcolm X thing.
And it wasn't even like the spine wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't
exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the thing last week. Oh, he wasn't no longer a fan of the Dallas Cowboys because of what happened when they didn't. First of all, Jerry Jones came on the field and knelt with the Dallas Cowboys. Number one. Number two, you've been to Cowboy games since then,
right?
But now you got to promote this show, so you do something like that. That's LeBron James stuff. That outside of being the greatest basketball player ever and a great, family man and stuff like that, that's the stuff that I'd be like, bro, cut it out, man. You don't got to do this. You're LeBron James. You can do what you want.
Right, man. Relax.
Yeah, you can do what you can be Kyrie Irving if you wanted to.
You can read Harry Potter if you'd like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's such a shame. You really don't know who this guy is? This Nasir Cunningham?
No,
I gotta look him up.
I know he is a guy that's going to be a lottery pick next year.
Yeah, it's a cool card. Look at that card.
That is a good looking card.
I'm trying to figure out a way to not let the light hit this, but
looks
like he's holding the planet. Yeah.
So on the way back from where I had to go to this weekend, right?
Yep. How'd that end up? Did you get a ride?
Yeah,
Friday night.
Friday night. Oh yeah, Friday night. That was cool. Friday night.
Right.
But then Saturday, had to do the stuff with Kennedy and stuff like that.
Right.
So on the way back, stopped at the mall in Florence, South Carolina. Right.
All right.
And I went to Lids. I have a new Atlanta Braves hat on. I needed a camouflage hat to go with my camouflage Crocs, Croc Mafia. Right.
Come on.
You're not in the camouflage. It's Croc Mafia, Nando. Camouflage Crocs. That's where I'm at, Nando.
All right, hey,
that's how easy I live,
great.
Nando.
I'm happy for you.
So I'm in Lids, right? And I go to the front to pay, and they got cards. They sell cards in Lids now.
It's all Fanatics, man.
And I thought to myself, it's a Fanatic. Lids is Fanatics, right?
Yeah.
And they had a good selection. So they actually had some select NFL packs.
Oh, nice.
So I said,
right.
I've never even seen select NFL packs. So I bought 2 packs.
How much?
Not bad. You know what I'm saying? The 2 packs was like $20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. So here's a Trevor Lawrence rookie.
Wow, that's pretty, man. Wow. That doesn't look like a select.
This is a select. It came out of Lids. Bro, it came out of Lids.
That's like a mosaic. That's beautiful, man. I love that.
So this is it's an insert. Bingo. Rookie Micah Parsons.
All right.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Rookie Micah Parsons right there. Right? So I'm like, man, this is pretty good. Tie-dye Prism Devonta Smith.
Those tie-dyes are tough to come by, right? Those tie-dyes are like, yeah.
But how about I get 2? Not only do I get the Smith rookie, Travis Etienne.
That's huge. Is that an Etienne rookie? Is this like the last year's packs?
Yeah, this is last year's packs.
Wow, that one you should sell immediately.
How
Get
about
that graded.
that? Yeah,
Send that
for
into
real.
SGC.
I am going to do that. And then, obviously, if we're talking rookies from last year,
you got a quarterback.
Justin Fields. I mean, not Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence. I'm
weird
sorry.
brain fart, man.
I know, right? Well, the reason why I was a brain fart is because, bam, there you go, right there, your boy.
Hey, look, we got twins.
Justin Fields.
Twins.
All of this in lids. 2
Wow.
packs, $20 in lids, and your boy came up. So I was like, I got to go back to lids now.
Yeah.
They had hockey. Everything was in there. I was shocked to see they selling cards in lids. I picked up a couple packs, and your boy, better than the hobby stuff I bought last week, the retail stuff I got from lids. Crazy.
Take another trip to Florence. How far away is Florence?
55 minutes. It's not bad. It's not a bad
nothing,
trip.
Man. That's nothing.
It's worth it. And Florence is a little bit more like city. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've heard of Florence. I don't know why. What county is Florence?
In Florence County. No, Florence is in Florence County.
Maybe when I used to work at Court TV, I had to cover South Carolina, and I assume maybe I remember just Florence County. I don't know why. Maybe there's some weird trial there 15 years ago.
Probably so.
You never know.
What's the lady from South? But you probably wasn't working. Wait a minute. Would you have been? What's the lady named Susan Smith drowned her kids and said somebody else did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was I was there from 05 to 09. So if she did anything like 02, 03, it was probably still caught up in trials and hit me like 05, 06.
But that's from upstate South Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah. Was she the one who put him in the van?
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not drag the show down.
Yeah, let's please not. Looks like the Giants are trying to get Judy. How would that impact his fantasy value? Worse or better? Probably about the same.
I was going to say it can't get worse, but he finally had
I know. He would go into a situation where he would be a number one. But is there truly a number one when the Saquon Barkley and manage the quarterback? Speaking of managing the quarterback, they're doing a fantastic job with Daniel Jones. Yesterday, guess what happened? The Giants were the teams that made the mistakes in the fourth quarter yesterday.
Yeah. Yes.
It finally flipped on them. And they went out to Seattle. And and I don't want to say they got embarrassed, but they went out to Seattle and got beat up pretty good out there by the Seahawks. I'm still be optimistic about the Giants, them getting back on track. Barkley still ran well. Daniel Jones played solid, but those 2 turnovers were obviously, special teams is a big part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you get out there in that Pacific Northwest and you start to make those mistakes, they can pile up on you fast. So good win by the Seahawks.
Corey, tell you what, man, like I'm like holding my breath every Sunday because I've been big on Geno Smith for a while and I'm just waiting for the bottom to fall out. And it's like, it's not. It's great. It's great. Like every week he's like doing it over and over and over again. And it's not like they haven't figured him out yet. It's not like they needed more film on him. He's actually I think he's just a good quarterback who got screwed out.
He's
out of his prime.
He's doing a good job running the offense that was not good enough for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't enough about Russell Wilson. You saw what Lockett said after the game? Yeah, it's good to have a quarterback who's not selfish. See, Russell Wilson wanted it to be about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't have another championship. Because Russell Wilson wanted to throw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl and get the MVP instead of handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch and winning another championship. That would have meant the Legion of Boom beat Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in Super Bowls.
That wasn't his call, though, was it? That was a call. That was the play.
But I think Pete Carroll knows. Like, it's one of those things, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
When, I won't use that as an example. But
I don't want to just get all worked. Don't get all worked up.
I don't want to get in trouble either. But it's like he probably knew that Russell wanted to throw the ball in that spot.
I still agree with what he did. He was right. Like, everyone thinks we're going to run the ball here, so we threw it. And just one guy had a great read of a lifetime on that pass.
Yeah, but you don't want to have a call that everybody remember in the Super Bowl.
That's true. The Eddie Pinheiro card. You know? Oh, man. Poor Eddie Pinheiro. We got his back. We take the other side of things here. Eddie Pinheiro, you're the official kicker of our show.
There you go, Eddie Pinheiro.
You broke our hearts, and we still got your back, man.
We got you. We're going to be with you, Eddie.
Tell you who we don't. David Montgomery. So, I think I texted this to the group yesterday. Like, I'm the kind of guy, like, when, he fumbled, so he didn't play again for the rest of the game. When a coach says that, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing in the world, man.
It's ridiculous.
I watched David Montgomery fumble, and I'm like, you just screwed me so badly in this parlay that I had. And, because it changed the game, because the Cowboys picked it up. They ran it in for a touchdown. Micah Parsons ran it in for a touchdown, of course. And it was a 12-point swing, or 14-point swing.
Yeah, but you see, that's what players like Micah Parsons do, stuff like that.
Well, Justin Fields just jumped over instead of touching him?
That Fields going to do a better job with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a better job with that. You know what I'm saying? Is step by step, day by day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Dallas yesterday. The second bet that I made yesterday morning. The team total for Dallas was 27. The Cowboys are the type of team to score 27 points. But when Zeke, we didn't talk about this last week.
No, we didn't.
When Zeke was announced out, the number went from Dallas -9 to Dallas -10. The number went like how I did with Tua last year.
Yeah.
Or how it did earlier with somebody earlier this year. The number went in the opposite direction when the player was out. So when I saw the Cowboys team total at 27, it was plus 100. Fire it up. Because I knew that Dallas offense would be more productive without Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
And I say that as a person that loves Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott, and Jerry Jones said after the game, the Cowboys go as Ezekiel Elliott goes. And he's right. Because Dallas uses Zeke to help pace the game, to keep the game slow so the defense can get rest. Now, what ends up happening is you put too much pressure on Prescott when you do that.
Yeah.
Because you go first, because it's this 2-yard run on first down, 3-yard run, then it's a holding, and now it's 3rd and 13, and Dak has to make a play. Yeah. Right? They didn't play like that. They played the same way with Rush, but it was even slower, and then you had the little Pollard explosions. With Pollard in the game, the offense moves so fast, the defense is right back on the field. That's why the Bears were able to score almost 30 points yesterday, because the Cowboys' defense wasn't as fresh because Pollard kept scoring.
Right.
So the thing with Zeke is the blocking, the locker room. You don't care about that for fantasy, none of it. But the reason why Jerry Jones says we go as he go is because they use him to pace the game and keep the defense fresh. That's why he's not going nowhere as great as Pollard is running.
So what you're saying is don't go nuts. Like you maybe trade for Donta Foreman instead of Tony Pollard because Zeke's going to come back and take that.
Zeke's going to come back and he is going to. The Cowboys are going to go on 13-play, 8-minute drives and kick a field goal.
Yeah,
but that's kind of what they want to do,
right?
Which is weird.
Is it weird or is it smart? I mean, they're winning by doing that, right?
Exactly. They're winning by doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I just worry that you get yourself in too much. They were never behind the sticks yesterday. Because of Pollard, they stayed in front of the sticks. And when Prescott's playing in front of the sticks, he is up there with the best of the best.
Right. You can let him throw on first down or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Something crazy like that, right?
As when Zeke is healthy, it's going to be Zeke pace the game, keep the defense fresh, and hope that Parsons and Diggs make a play. And if worst case scenario, we need Dak to make a play, there we go. It's risky playing that way, though.
Yeah. And Ash Wynn says, is she right about this? Parsons being so good lets Diggs play ball hawk like he does?
Yeah.
You also give him credit for that?
Another part of it, he's a difference maker. See, players like that, you can tell right away.
Yeah.
He gets his hand on the ball, he gets it in the end zone. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
He makes big sacks. You know what I'm saying? He draws a big holding penalty. That's stuff that's very important to the game.
We got a question from E. What's going to happen to Foreman when Hubbard is back? Still RB1 or split? I'm actually pulling up Foreman's game logs because I'm pretty sure when he has a certain amount of carries.
Foreman run too good, bro. as Foreman, as he's like one of those true closers, like a Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
Like the deeper he get into the game, the more you don't want to have to deal with him, and the stronger he gets. So yeah, Foreman is the man. Foreman can give you a 30 burger in fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Hubbard can give you 17, which is good. You know what I'm saying? But Foreman is a beast.
Foreman's gotten 20 carries 4 times in his career. All but once he's gotten more than 100 yards. He has 500-yard games. They've all come when he's got 15 or more carries. So anytime Foreman gets 15 or more carries, he gets a 100-yard game, all except for one time, June 9th, 2022 against Houston. Such is life, right? That was still 69 yards on 21 carries.
Yeah.
And end of the season game against Houston that nobody cares about, week 18.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Which I believe he came back hurt for that.
And I'm about to say, I remember that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like, he's just – and Corey, go back to this thing. Like, fantasy people, and, you know, I'm not trying to stir up trouble here, but, like, the experts, it's like lemmings going off a cliff, man. Like, everyone loved Dante Foreman. Okay, Dante Foreman's amazing. This was like 4 years ago. Remember, Dante Foreman's amazing. Oh, my God, he's the best thing ever. Oh, we all got to draft him. 3rd-round draft pick. Going off the cliff behind everybody else. No one thinking like, oh, maybe not. You know, maybe like, I don't even remember who was the starting back. Anyway, gets hurt, tears his Achilles. Everyone forgets about him. Dude comes back as the backup to Derrick Henry. And you're like, if Derrick Henry gets hurt, he is a clone. And of course he's going to be like the guy who's right behind Derrick Henry, who's just going to take over and go nuts. This card, autographed at a 99, rookie card, was $695 last year. Middle of last year. I got one that's out of 5, like green autograph, National Treasures patch. You know what I mean? Like I bought up like 6 or 7 Dante Foreman cards. It didn't cost me $30 to get them all.
Yeah, and now you see that's a good call right there. And now he's doing his thing, popular fantasy asset. You know what I'm saying? And he's playing on a team. They cleared the way for him. He's going to have a shot to be playing in January this year.
Just because everyone said he's washed. Like, everyone's like, oh, this guy's washed, this guy's done. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, like, he's the direct backup to the league's best running back. And, like, Henry was, McCaffrey was hurt at the time. Yeah. So, yeah. That's all. No, that's like, it's dumb. Like, I've struck out a bunch. Like, I've got a bunch of Lynn Bowden cards, and he hasn't really sniffed that Patriots roster yet.
Back, you know what I mean? But
he might.
Some way you can hit. Yeah, you never know.
I got a bunch of Geno rookie cards.
Look at that.
Well, look, and the recurring theme here is these guys are the backups. They're clones of the guy they're backing up. So, like, Geno was able to, like, have success even last year to a degree, but most of it, like, he just fit the system, man. He's just like, if Tyrod Taylor didn't get hurt and Daniel Jones stayed hurt, I'm sure Tyrod Taylor would have had a couple good games. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I looked at my eBay search was a bunch of Tyrod Taylor rookie cards because I knew, like, this is a dude who doesn't make a lot of mistakes, doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, and runs a bunch. And he, you know, he's very similar.
He's washed up now, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Geno is basically doing what we've seen guys like Tyrod Taylor and Teddy Bridgewater do in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's basically doing that. Come in there, manage the game, don't turn the football over. And you know what? You start gaining confidence and you start winning games. So shout out to Geno Smith.
Run a little bit.
Who else from yesterday? New England and the Jets. I tell you what, Garrett Wilson is a real good player.
Yeah.
He's a real good player.
Yeah.
And the Jets need to have his hands on the ball as much as they can to show what that offense can do. Yesterday, they couldn't hide the quarterback yesterday. See, they couldn't hide Zach Wilson yesterday. You know, I tried to play the game without Zach Wilson. Yesterday, Zach Wilson showed up. And it was a Bill Belichick clinic. But here's the thing. The launching penalty before the half, when the Jets had that pick six, if that pick six stands, it's a totally different game.
Yes.
Because if that pick six stands, the Jets have that score. Mac Jones probably gets benched. Bailey Zappi is now the quarterback. And now the Jets rally and could possibly win that game. That one play changed that game because that young man got that roughing the passer on a Mac Jones pick six, which is about the worst interception that you could throw. Like, it was so bad, I considered not sending my Mac Jones stuff to PSA and saying to myself, I was 100% wrong. This guy is horrific.
I was going through my bets.
Hiding. Even Belichick even tried to hide him yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in spots where they were running the ball consistent, even in the red zone. Heavy run because I would have lost it if Mac Jones would have threw another interception in the red zone.
I was going through my bets, and I scrolled down far enough for my Mac Jones MVP bet that you talked me into during the first week of the show, which I thought would have been fun.
Sorry,
it turned out not to be. That's all right, man. You learn. Like maybe next year he will be. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sure. The Mac Jones experience is not over. His intelligence, his accuracy, the things that make him a good quarterback. He's not. Listen, what's the great line? You know how a second year? How do you judge a second year quarterback? It's basically like, are they still starting? Then that's an improvement, because that second year is a very tough year for quarterbacks.
Right.
So as long as they're still out there, you can consider that an improvement.
Justin Fields.
Same thing.
He's gonna win. He can win some titles, man.
I wouldn't. I don't know if we're gonna do all of that now. Somebody had put in the chat. When are the Lions going to host the home playoff game? Hey, the Lions got to clean house. They got to clean house. They got to get everybody out of there.
Dan Campbell
gone. Aaron Glenn gone. Deuce Staley gone. Get all of them out of there and bring in a whole new staff.
Who'd you bring in?
Do it. Huh?
Who'd you bring in?
I would Wink Martindale.
That'd be great. Who's your offensive coordinator?
My OC.
Jared Goff's still your quarterback, right? You're tied to him for. Oh, one of the assistants got fired today. Jared says.
Oh, really?
Let's find out. Lions coach fired. Who do you think it was?
Aaron Glenn.
You know who they bring in as coach? Rich Bisaccia. Oh, the DB coach.
Not a bad idea. DB coach Aubrey Pleasant. That's a dude with the dreads, I think.
You play Powerball?
No, I don't.
Do you have it there?
They do have it here. So we got Powerball here, and that's a lot of money.
Should we do another Kirk Cousins
Powerball
ticket? Should we do another Kirk Cousins ticket? What were his numbers? He was 12. Wait, he's jersey number 8. COVID-19 vaccine. What were the other numbers that we had for him? That card was out of what?
That card.
That was the BCCG 10.
Where's that card at? Here it is.
The problem is these numbers are all low. I guess maybe that's not a problem. That's why no one's winning. So far we got 8, 10, 19. Ash Wins wants to know if you think that that Haskins out of Michigan will be on a second contract by the time he gets a chance. She's talking about the Tennessee running back? Probably. Derrick Henry's not young. Derrick Henry had a couple disappointing seasons, I remember.
Derrick Henry had a slow start to his career.
Yeah.
This is card number 33.
Card number 33?
It must be something else. It must be that other one I got. That auto that I gotta find that. I'll find it in the break.
All right, we'll figure out another. Yeah, I guess we are due for a break.
It's probably it's that time now though.
Yeah, it is. Top of the hour. All right, so Kirk Cousins 8, 10, 19, 33. We'll figure out, I believe there's 5 numbers and then a Powerball. I think that's how it works. And I think the Powerball can be one of the numbers that we've already picked. So we'll figure this out. All right. If you have any ideas in the chat, let us know. So far, Kirk Cousins, significant numbers, 8, 10, 19, 33. We got to talk about
the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. We could dig into the Raiders. I don't know if you want to talk about Rex Chapman, too. We could save that for another show. We could do that today. It's up to you.
Not yet. We can wait. I'm gonna wait for Rex Chapman. Right now, he's kind of just laying low, whatever, doing the Rex Chapman thing. But if CBS puts Rex Chapman on March Madness again this year, epic.
Okay.
Epic awesome. Rant coming. Right now, we're gonna leave Rex Chapman alone.
Okay, you got it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Bettor Sports Network is sponsored by Jock Market and Friends, presented by Mayo Media on Bettor Sports Network.
It's not like Russell Wilson's throwing for 300 yards and they're just losing, because of 31-24 or something like that. That's another thing.
Go out there, sit up in that cold stadium, and come to root on that trash. I feel bad for the Denver Bronco fans. Imagine you taking your family and you say, "Let's pack up the van. We going to go see the Denver Broncos in the Walmart yard." Right. And you get out there in that altitude. Right, so now the kid's already complaining. "Daddy, my head hurts. Daddy, I don't feel good. Daddy, I don't want to be here. The Walmart man is up there. How come he's been cut through? My head is hurting. It's cold, Daddy. Can I get a glizzy?" And the glizzy cost, great value glizzy, cost $17. because you got to pay $20 to $45 million for the quarterback who stinks. That's a bad fan experience right now.
Let me give you my Honey Nut Cheerios story real quick.
Yes, tell me.
I'm at the grocery store, and I got to buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch that they eat here. And there's a thing, like buy 2, get 2 free. So it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cheerios, whatever. So I get 2 Cinnamon Toast Crunches, and there's a Cheerios. And let's check my 4th one. And I noticed on the Honey Nut Cheerios there's a free toy inside. And it's like all the retro 90s commercials. So no one eats Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm going to eat a box of Honey Nut Cheerios. Just to get my toy. So, and then I'm taking the Cinnamon Toast Crunches off the shelf. And I noticed the ones behind it have the retro toy as well. We'll have 3 toys in this home.
I still got my adult Happy Meal toys, which they're actually going crazy on eBay right now. You know?
Are they really?
Yeah.
How did we miss?
Listen, people. There's some of them that's listed for $300,000. But yeah, you can like Fry Guy. You can get $25 for Fry Guy right now.
Oh, that's not really going wild. I thought like $300.
No, I think it will soon though. I'm gonna hold on. I got Fry Guy and Hamburglar, so I'm gonna hold on to them.
Dixon with the wobbly kick. James at his own 25, looking for some blocking. Ball on the ground. The Seahawks dive for it. Did they get there? I'm not sure. The Giants piled up on top. I think Will Disley was the man downfield that caused the fumble, but let's see if the Seahawks get it. Jerome Boger says the Hawks have it. Dixon with a purely high spiral. James at his own 21. Starts right, cuts back upfield. Ball comes out, and the Seahawks are going to fall on it again. Richie James has fumbled the ball twice on special teams, and Will Disley, who forced one earlier, recovers this one.
Bettor Sports Network is betting, fantasy, collectibles. It's sports talk done better.
Welcome back, everybody. Blank Screen, Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media Network here on Bettor Sports Network. We hope you're having a lovely Halloween. Reminder, we're trick-or-treating. Hey, look at that. Oh, yeah. Target. Not bad. $10. Inspired me to get some snowmen ones from Big Lots for $5 each. Sitting over there. Just give us a couple months. We'll have the snowmen back there.
Sorry.
Hey, trick or treat, everybody. Hey, trick or treat, Corey.
Hey,
look.
Yeah.
If you want to, we're still doing virtual trick or treating.
Yeah.
If you want to just call in, we're giving away. We got stuff.
I got a Beckett. See a little like Beckett magazine card of Josh Allen. You can have that.
Nice. We got the Skylar Diggins Smith. Look at that. That's a nice Panini Prism. I haven't put it in anything because I don't think it's worth a ton, but it's a nice card.
Yeah.
So this weird one that I got. There was a Nolan Ryan set. This guy, someone sent me this when I bought something on eBay. You know, like sometimes people throw in extra cards. This is Nolan Ryan, the Ryan family.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, I found this one. I don't know. If you take a look down here, that's card number 187. So someone thought to make 107.
Yeah.
This is a Nolan Ryan set. There are 107 cards in this Nolan Ryan set. That's a lot. I don't know how you come up with. There's actually so
go ahead now. I got something about Nolan Ryan to tell you.
Ash wins. Hit the call button. The producers just say, "Hey, what's up?" Throw them your quick email and then pop right back out. You don't have to talk to us, but we don't want to deny anybody virtual trick or treating here.
Yeah, you can just talk to them, give them your address, and we got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you get a chance, call us live next time.
Look at this. There's a bag full of these Halloween cards you can give away. I got another bag of these. I might just give away just to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
It's from 1992. They're Halloween treats. They're Upper Deck football cards.
Okay. So I might pick up something tonight for these kids if they want to do some trick-or-treating tonight. Leave my porch light on. It's a couple basketball games. Got NFL tonight. You know what we got to do this week? I got to send a text to my man, Thor Nystrom. We got to talk some college football.
All right.
We got the college football playoff rankings debut tomorrow. And then you have and then you got Maction started. The MAC games on Tuesday and Wednesday night. These can kind of take over in a gambling subculture. Real fun stuff. We're in a stretch, Nando, where we're going to have 27 straight days of football. Then we'll have maybe 2 weeks where we don't. And then you get into the bowl season. And then we'll have football almost every night up until the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Can't wait.
So that's gonna be fun stuff right there. Nolan Ryan. Do you know Nolan Ryan has never won the Cy Young Award?
Man, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Nolan Ryan has never won the Cy Young Award. If it wasn't for Cy Young, the award would probably be named the Nolan Ryan Award. And he's never won the Cy. That's so crazy when I heard that. Nolan Ryan has never won the Cy Young.
That's wild.
Wild.
All right. That's strange. I didn't know that. That's a shame, I guess.
What up, Nick? What up,
Who did he lose to?
I'm not sure. I would have to go back and check. Probably Tom Seaver or something like that.
Right,
but Nolan Ryan has
like
never won.
There's a Negro probably in there one year.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. But that's normally like, I would like it would be something like Bill Belichick never won the NFL Coach of the Year award, but like the award is named after him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wild right there.
I gotta see who
Nolan Ryan has never won the Cy Young Award.
How many times do you think he finished second?
Probably at least twice.
There had to be voters being like, Nolan Ryan's going to win like 7 or 8 more, like he doesn't have to win this year.
Finished second once to Jim Palmer.
Hey, tell you what I'm not a fan of. And I understand they got to do it because they're making money. No. Baseball Reference is like my site to go to, but like these things are just way too.
They get the advertisements up there, and it makes it not a good browsing experience.
I understand they got to do it, but like I would pay $20 a year. That's probably
third
not enough.
one year, the Catfish Hunter. My man, Catfish Hunter got the joint.
Cy Young 8th, Cy Young 2nd, Cy Young 3rd, Cy Young 3rd, Cy Young 4th, 9th, 5th. He really didn't finish in the top 10 that often, considering all that he did.
He may have been one of those dudes where you just look past him because he was so good that you was like, oh, well, who else can we give it's like giving LeBron James the MVP award.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or Steph Curry. It's like one of those type of things. But they have both won it. Yeah. They have both won it, though. Nolan Ryan never winning the Cy Young is wild to me.
Listen to this Nolan Ryan contemporaries. Like, I think of Nolan Ryan as like this Nolan Ryan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even like a few years earlier, like Houston Astros Nolan Ryan. AL Cy Young voting. This was, 1974, I guess. This is when he finished 3rd. To Catfish Hunter, Fergie Jenkins.
Yeah.
Then Nolan Ryan. Then Gaylord Perry, Louis Tiant.
Like he played with dudes from the Negro League.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He played with Sandy Koufax. It's like, what? He was around for a long time.
Lou Brock finished 2nd in National League MVP voting.
That's crazy that Nolan Ryan played with Lou Brock, right? You wouldn't think that.
Like Reggie Jackson, I get. Rod Carew, I get. Like there were some later Rod Carew cards. Brooks Robinson.
Yeah.
Was 12th in MVP voting that
year. Wouldn't think that.
Yeah. That's crazy. Carl Yastrzemski was 18th.
Longevity. He's been around for a while.
He
he played for a long time and was dominant for a long time too.
Man, that's crazy. Willie Stargell got
Pops.
some MVP votes that year.
Yeah, that's Willie Stargell. It's Pops. We are family.
All right, we're gonna let's talk Minnesota Vikings.
You know what? I'm never do anything for Halloween, and it just hit me. Next year, remind me. I'm gonna be Pops. I'm gonna be Willie Stargell for Halloween.
You want to put it in Google Calendar?
It's obviously put it in Google Calendar for Halloween next year.
Goodbye, Corey.
Too late to pull it off now, but next year for Halloween, I'm gonna be Pops. I'm gonna be Willie Stargell.
All right. As I do that, why don't we jump into the Vikings? You want to talk Vikings?
Yeah.
I feel like there's some room to talk Vikings.
Listen, it's smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
First of all, you get the defensive score, whatever. You get the early score. But while all this is going on, Kirk Cousins is consistently trying to lose the football game. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to give the game away. Every game, Kirk Cousins is trying to give the game away. It's just that this week, Kyler Murray didn't have enough to snatch it from him. DeAndre Hopkins goes right back up to the top of the wide receiver rankings too. Now that he's back, he's crazy.
Man, he is like, yeah,
he's crazy. He had a touchdown catch yesterday. I was like, this guy is sick. So here's the deal with the Vikings, and they're going to because the schedule is easy, right? They got the Cowboys coming up, a couple other games, but they should run away with their division, right? Then you got the South and the West. They're going to have better records than those teams. They're going to be the 2 seed, the Minnesota Vikings, and the 7 seed, right, is going to come in there on the wild card weekend.
Yeah.
And beat them. I guarantee you.
I can see that.
I guarantee you. A team is going to sneak in The last team in, it might be the Commanders. Well, maybe not the Commanders, but it might be like the Rams or the Buccaneers or maybe the Saints. Somebody, whoever that 7 seed is, they're going to go into Minnesota and beat them in the first round of the playoffs.
What if it's the Giants? What if it's the Giants?
The Giants should finish higher than 7, but if it's the Giants would beat them.
Look, Nick and I thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think the Giants would beat them.
Probably.
Especially a team that don't make mistakes like the Giants, because I guarantee you Minnesota's going to make mistakes.
We know Dalvin Cook will be out by then. His shoulder will have fallen apart by weeks 13 maybe.
It's be over. Dallas will be the 5th seed this year. Dallas will go to 4. Dallas will probably go to the NFC South champion.
Corey, what's your top 7 in the NFC right now?
I guess
you might as well go 8, right? Like
my top 7 is the top 7, right? That's how I would look at it. I would go Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm talking playoff wise. Philadelphia.
So you got to pick division winners, right?
Yeah, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Atlanta, Seattle. That's 4. Dallas, New York, San Francisco, 5, 6, 7.
I could get behind that. I don't like the Rams.
And then you
I don't think the Rams
Tampa. Then you got the Tampa and the Rams play this week.
Yeah, but without Tampa's gonna. I mean, they don't have Stafford. They might not have Cup, right?
Yeah.
Like Stafford's hurt again.
This
Kupp
was the thing. The people that didn't like, I liked Los Angeles last year.
Yeah.
I picked them in the preseason. So I think that Tampa, the thing that people who didn't like the Rams last year, they was like the Rams don't have no depth. And I was like, if they can get that, and that's 100% correct. The dudes that come off the bench stink. And this year you're seeing that. Now you got a team that don't have the luxury of health. And you're seeing them be exposed. Like 49ers wasn't great yesterday, but they were easily better than the Rams. Now, I do think the Rams beat the Buccaneers this week.
What if the Rams get Odell Beckham? Does that change your opinion on their depth?
No.
If they sign, I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to trade for anyone. I don't know what's going on. This Cam Akers thing is weird to me. Like, why haven't they traded?
They can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. They don't even look like they're coached that well this year. You can tell they're playing with backups. They look slow and old. Their stadium, every week, did somebody come in there and take over their stadium. Every week. And then you knew the 49ers was going to do it. Team that traveled well like the 49ers, they need to go. That's why they're going to win next week, because they're going to be on the road. They play better on the road.
Yeah. I lost it. Oh, yeah, Cam Akers. Do you think his teammates think that he quit on them? Do they feel that? Like, I would love to know. Who can I ask? Maybe I can ask our Rams. Do the Rams feel like Cam Akers never come back? You quit on us. You like pouted your way off this team, or are they like, like a lot of people were behind Le'Veon Bell when he was holding out, being like, yeah, he's getting his money. Like, good for him. Like, do you think that? I mean, but he's not really getting his money. He's just asking for a trade because he didn't like his role. He's the anti-Baker Mayfield. Do you think? Like, shut up and hold the clipboard, man.
Basically, that's it. Man, the anti-Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry, this question right here threw me off. But Akers, I don't know. It's something going on in there that we don't know about. I don't have enough to comment
They've had 2
on
weeks. They've had 2 weeks to trade him.
And it's nothing going down. It seems like an interesting thing. A couple of things in the chat. Kawhi, Wall, or all tonight versus Houston. Everybody who's talking about the Clippers, that team, they look regular. That's not a great team that can compete with the Warriors. They can't compete with the Grit. They can't compete with Utah. And then they get their guys back. Maybe they get a little push, but that situation is over. What do you guys think about Manfred telling Mad Dog that the A's likely end up in Las Vegas?
Love it.
I love it too, but it's not good for Oakland. And I think that's terrible that Oakland is now not going to have any sports teams. Like, you lose the Oakland Raiders, you lose the Golden State Warriors, and now you're about to lose your baseball team.
Yep.
But right across the bay, you got the Warriors in San Francisco, you got the Giants in San Francisco, you got the 49ers there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like you just drained everything from Oakland.
But I
think that's terrible that happened to the city of Oakland. That's all I'm talking about is the city of Oakland and the Oakland sports fan. Because I've always looked at Oakland as having a good foundation sports fan. They're like the old school Warrior fans. They were very fan friendly. We are family. You know, celebration time. Come on. You look at the Oakland A's, the Bash Brothers. That is a big part of baseball. That big old decrepit stadium. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the Oakland Raiders. The autumn wind is a pirate, like the original Raider, the Oakland Raider, John Madden. All of that is gone now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is weird. Adam, I don't know if you're reading the background here, but Adam lives there.
Really?
He hates it. It's taken away an affordable option to watch baseball. Parking is a pain at Giants games. The Warriors are expensive.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy. Now here's the deal.
But
here's the deal now. Now, my brother-in-law is from Oakland, right? So when they go out there to visit my brother-in-law's family, right? In the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Like, if he wants to go to a baseball game, my sister's like, I'm not going to the Oakland Coliseum. They have to go. So it's like, it's touristy, it's fan-friendly. But like Adam is saying, it's for that San Francisco make $265,000 a year crowd. But you still got good sport fans in Oakland. It's not right. I think it's even despite Oakland being a city in California, Oakland is really a small market.
If you want to see the Giants play and you live in the Bronx, well, that's a hike, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to see the Giants play and you live in Manhattan, that's a hike. If you live in Long Island, you want to see the Jets play, that's a hike,
listen,
man. Like,
I'd be honest with you. Yeah, obviously, you know what I'm saying, blessed enough to be able to do things. But when I went to see the Giants and the Cowboys last year, I left from Co-op City to go out there. That ride was $100. That was $200 before I.
Well, no one says you got to take an Uber. No one's saying you have to take an Uber.
Yeah, you're true, but from that area to bring it, but you think I was going to ride New York City public transportation? I watched the news. I watched the news. I know what's going on up there.
We could have taken an Uber to Hoboken and then jumped on a train.
You're right. Yeah, I could have did it that way. But even if you take Uber to Times Square and hop on the what you call that, the Jersey Transit.
Yeah,
there's still that Uber is still $75. That's $150 before you get in the stadium. But I had a good time. I'll always go to MetLife, to the FanDuel Sportsbook, whatever, no matter where I'm at. But you understand, like, I get it. It sucks.
Were you here when the mall was open? I've been to the mall a couple times. It's quite the spectacle.
I have not. I've been up there, but I haven't been there yet.
They had like indoor water parks.
It took them longer. It took them longer to build that than it took to renovate LaGuardia. They finally got something done at LaGuardia. You know what I'm saying? Like they finally put a new doorknob on LaGuardia. LaGuardia had been under construction since 1976. Have you been to LaGuardia recently?
No, I haven't done it. I mean, like, I'm
where you're going to go. That's true. Yeah. So you just. So here's the deal, right? I have on the Roku TV, Nando.
All right.
My wallpaper.
You're a Roku guy, huh? I wouldn't have you pegged as a Roku guy.
My wallpaper is like the scrolling images of New York. So it is intimate to see some of that stuff, like the Jamaica train yard, Long Island Railroad, from when I was last up there. Obviously looking at 8th Avenue, you know, from those trips coming from DC to New York to go do Road to Express in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Those things bring back memories and stuff like that. But other than that, I'll never live there again. I will gladly come and visit y'all, and then 2 weeks later I'm back. But that's it. But yeah, I feel bad for the Oakland sports fan.
You should come back up. When do you come back up?
I might be up there for March Madness.
There's a World Cup party being thrown by our mutual friend James Russell Sias.
When is this?
Whenever the World Cup is. I don't know. It's like right after Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's right. The World Cup is Christmas this year. Remember,
just something to think about.
Yeah,
we got to get a good World Cup expert on here because
we do. Because
I don't know anything about it. I think U.S. has a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
The girls or the boys?
It's the men's World Cup this year. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think that I think their odds are. See, I don't know, like if the odds are slanted towards like, a bunch of Americans gonna be betting on America, so let's drop them down. If they're the Yankees of the World Cup, but I should take a look. I haven't looked at the World Cup odds. Well, because they haven't put in it, like they haven't final rosters aren't done.
When we talked about the World Cup, you was off when me and Jen talked about sending the Dallas Cowboys to represent America in the World Cup. I forgot you was off. I'm like, I know we had this conversation. How it's instead of ole, 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 ole,
I don't want to hear
jingle bells, jingle bells. Because the World Cup is in the wintertime this year.
I don't, dude.
That's a good drink.
Jen Piacenti is an enabler. She's from Texas, so she's gonna agree with anything you say about Texas.
So yeah, but Nando, the World Cup, you know, that's a good drinking event, the World Cup, because different countries be packed into the bars, and it makes a good drinking environment. You know what I'm saying? But this year, you got to wear a coat if you go out drinking for World Cup.
Forget what I said about USA. They're 130-1. They're like the 15th.
Oh, are they even going to make make it out the group play?
I don't know. It's Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Spain, Germany,
probably
Netherlands,
not.
Belgium, Portugal, Denmark.
Probably that's the group they in.
Yeah, Uruguay's 50-1. Maybe we make that our official backup team. Were you here? Well, actually, I wasn't here. The year Italy won the World Cup, I went to a bunch. I think it was like, I don't remember what year it was. When Zidane headbutted a dude and they got the penalty kicks.
Was this the last one? Was it the last?
Yeah, I mean,
one?
we were like young. No, we were young.
Oh,
this
no,
was
okay.
16 years ago, maybe. Like, we were just young, going through the city. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
I remember I was at World Cup at the old ESPN zone one night. We had a good time. We had a time that night.
Well, you know the thing is,
in my early 20s, if ESPN zone was open,
maybe that was the same one.
Might have been. It might have been.
I don't even know what time these games are going to be in Qatar. I don't even what time is it right now in Qatar?
I don't know.
What time is it in Qatar right now? Time in Qatar. Right now it's 11:26 p.m. So they're 7 hours ahead, which isn't bad. That's almost
so
Euro.
They actually. So depending on what time they play the games. So
except we fall back next week, so it'll be 8 hours. A lot of math
ahead. Going on right now.
All right, so hold on. If they're 8 hours ahead, and let's say the games are at noon, that'll be 4 a.m.
So they're going to have to play. Much. They're going to have to. Trust me, they're going to make those games where people on the Eastern Time Zone can watch it,
or put them in like the England, like put in the GMT.
Yeah.
So at least that's a little bit closer. But I think even that, when we fall back, England doesn't. So we'll be 6 hours behind England. So noon becomes 6 a.m. So maybe they play their games at 2 p.m. But they can't because it's so hot there. Maybe they're all night games or early morning. Oh, man, early morning, I guess you could still be nighttime, right? Like if they play on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m., right, that'll still just be 2 a.m. to us.
I probably won't be seeing much World Cup.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to figure this out. Well, someone smarter than us will let us know. I'll ask. Actually, you know what? I'll ask one of our soccer guys. I'll have something.
Nick say come to the Bills Mafia tailgate on Sunday. Where the Bills play at on Sunday? I seen some of Nick's stuff on social media. He does a good job with that.
Yeah, Nick was cool having on the air.
Oh, Bills
come trick or treat, Nick. Yeah, there you go. You want to come back up? We'll go to the Meadowlands. I'll split the Uber with you.
What is this weekend? I probably won't do it this weekend.
All right.
I was thinking maybe I come up like that Friday after Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be great.
Maybe then I might come up, but I want to be able to still do my weekend shows too. You know what I'm saying?
Do it from here. I'll just tilt it. I'll come over a little bit. I got a board. Mm-hmm. I can put a second input in there.
Not a bad idea.
Hang out in the basement.
Chill.
We'll make sure the dryer's off. You can help decorate for the holidays, man. We'll put the little snowman up. It'll be great.
Yeah, let's take a break now. Let's have Nick call in out, and then we can run through the board with Nick, get some of his thoughts on what happened yesterday.
All right. Remember, we're still trick or treating. So if anyone,
we still trick or treating. Yeah,
virtual trick or treating. We got some more stuff to give away. So stay tuned.
Josh Allen Beckett, right there.
Yes.
You want that?
Oh, dude. I know we got to take a break, but Beckett hit me on these Instagram heads are killing me. Like stuff is starting to arrive. I'm like, oh right, Instagram got me.
Yeah.
There was a thing like, do you want your get 6 free cards graded BGS if you subscribe to Beckett, like to Beckett Price Guide, whatever. I'm like, oh, like the old fashioned Beckett. All right, maybe that's like $20 a month or something. It's not. It was like $1 billion. I'm like, no,
that's too much. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like $279 and get 6 free grades. I'm like, I don't need it that bad. I know how to get some BCCGs.
Good job.
Yeah. All right. Quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Make bets and follow your fantasy team where you buy, sell, and trade collectibles in real time. Only on Bettor Sports Network. With Mark Malusis and Keith Irizarry.
Moose and Keith with you. Let's welcome aboard right now, Iron Eagle. One of the great stories that I have from doing notes on a plane, and you always get people looking over. They see color-coded uniform numbers, names, height, weight, age, background, hometown. And I had a woman sitting next to me on a flight, and I'm doing my notes, and she's kind of giving a look, then looking, and I can tell she's looking. And then finally, she'll say, so what is it that you do? Well, what do you think I do? She said, are you a wedding planner? I said, yes. I said, I have to put Rob Gronkowski at Tom Brady's table. I said, you know what? You're not correct, but it's the best answer I've ever heard. That's great.
Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media.
As far as the fantasy executive, a football life. The fantasy executive is probably going to be the best football life ever.
We'll be the guest. Everyone who was on yesterday. Basically.
Yeah, everybody that's on yesterday will be the guest. Scott Engel, you know what I'm saying? Adam Ronis. Yeah, everybody, those people. Because what Nando, obviously you'll be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the GST and shoot some scenes. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be nice.
We'll shoot some scenes in Midtown Manhattan. Antonio Brown can be on my football life,
That'd
right?
be nice.
Because that's a big part of my come up as a fantasy analyst. Everybody, the football life, the fantasy executive is going to be for the people. When they do the football life on the fantasy executive, I'm going to be hands on.
Good. Yeah. You talking to you.
Lunch Money with Kyle and Ray, presented by FantasyGuru.com.
Cheetos or Doritos?
I truly love both. Cool Ranch Doritos. I grew up on Cheetos. I was a big Chester Cheetah guy.
Oh, nice.
But Ray, as I have aged into adulthood, I've moved away from the fun that is the Cheeto, and I've gone to the, more cosmopolitan Cool Ranch Dorito chip. So I'm probably a Cool Ranch guy. How about you?
I would go Doritos. I don't like Cool Ranch. The traditional, original, regular, whatever it is really good. But my favorite's actually the sweet chili, the purple bag. Oh, it's delicious. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The one that sucks, and I think we can all agree on this one, taco.
Yeah.
I know a lot of things, and I'm perfect at a lot of things. My Dorito trivia is a little shaky.
Okay.
A little shaky. But I think taco is the first flavor.
Screen right side. Cooper Kupp to catch. Up to the 20 with a first down. Jimmy Ward hit him, tried to bring the ball out. Fred Warner gets credit for the tackle. Cooper Kupp slow to get up, and this kind of continues the theme that we've been talking about for the last couple of segments here. You can lose this game. You cannot lose Cooper Kupp. 62 seconds remaining, and he's still down.
I'm not sure. That's why he wanted to try to be smart getting out of the game, and I'm kicking myself for, not running the football again, but I'm hopeful that he's okay. It looked like it was his ankle when I was out there with Dr. Elatrosh.
However you're invested in sports, from betting to fantasy, collectibles, and more, join our community on Bettor Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Halloween. Corey Nando and Friends, presented by Mayo Media. Reminder, we're giving away a Bryce Harper autographed baseball, courtesy gettingthegame.com. If you want to win that, all you got to do is retweet, the typical follow retweet thing. Just go to Bettor Network, the Bettor Sports Network Twitter handle. It's right there. It's pinned. Just hit retweet, follow, win a baseball. Same thing here. We're giving away cards. Call in, say trick or treat. It's virtual trick or treating. No one else is doing that. Lunch Money's not doing that.
No.
And shout out to the LA Rams Radio Network. Cooper Kupp, day to day, rolled one ankle or two. I'm not sure. We'll find out as the days go by, but that could be, it could be the Allen Robinson show, Corey.
You know what? I left him on my listening to Angle. I left him on my bench. I left him on my bench for Sammy Watkins, and he outscored. Thankfully I put up 175 in that league. And guess what? I still might lose. I got to go against Joe Burrow tonight. Shootout. in my NFFC auction. Oh, and I need to win, bro, because I'm starting to pick up steam now because I got Deonta Foreman and Travis Etienne on that team.
That's a powerful combination.
Yeah, So that team is rolling. That team also has Justin Jefferson on it too.
Oh, one
so
second, I'll be right back. Sorry, got a little quick emergency. Be right back.
Yeah, so
monologue.
I got Justin Jefferson on that team too. So I'm starting to feel good about that team. So what I've been doing with that team is I've been starting Tua, then I got ETN, and then now I got Deonta Foreman. Now I still have Devin Singletary on this team and Zeke. Now I put Singletary in the flex, so that works out a little better. Now I got Justin Jefferson, but Big Mike Will is out, and then I forgot who the third wide receiver is on that team, but somebody who's been doing maybe it's like Olave. So that team started off a slow start, but now that team is starting to score some points and put it together. So I feel pretty good about that team. When we get Nick up, we can put Nick on and then send it back there. All right, Nando's back. What up, Nando?
Sorry about that. I had keys in my pocket that someone needed. Whoops. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, I'm back. What did I miss?
I was just telling people about that team.
And I'm sure, like, we took down the trick-or-treater sign for the next half hour, so we should be good. Well, let's see motion at my front door. Kids are already out, man. 4:00.
I feel like I just heard somebody knock on my door when you said that.
It's happening, man. It's time. Hey, we got a trick-or-treater.
I got my push. All right, yeah, we got Nick. What up, Nick?
Trick or treat. Before Nando came back, I'm being Charlie Puth for Halloween. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Nando came back, and now it's the three of us. Corey, I know who that is. To my buddy who you work with at NBC, Johnny VTV.
My man JVTV.
And he said he's very upset he hasn't gotten an invite onto the Corey Nando Fun Show.
We got to get JVTV on here. I had JVTV on a couple of weeks ago when I was filling in for Rick at night. Johnny VTV is a dude over there at NBC Sports Edge. He does a good job. Another one of the guys now under the Corey Parson umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So,
of course, yeah. The tree, is it a tree or an umbrella? You go back and forth so much.
It's the Corey Parson tree. We'll go with that. Speaking of the Corey Parson tree, one of my dudes was on Inside the NBA on opening night. He won a fellowship from Turner. You know what I'm saying? And they had him on doing the pregame interview. So that young man right now goes to Hofstra
nervously
University.
holding a microphone kind of thing?
Yeah, like a young kid. That young man goes to Hofstra University right now. I think he's going to be a pretty big deal. Look out for him. His name is an African young man. His name is Ya Bonsu. So I'll be on the lookout for him. Doing good work. Speaking of doing good work, Nick, I seen some of your stuff this weekend. What is it that you doing with us out at the stadiums and stuff like that? It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, so I go out there and I just walk around the parking lot and interview people, and we put those videos either live or on tape delay on the morning shows, and then we post them to social media. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the last few weeks haven't been too fun at the Jets tailgates because the team's doing well. So it's better when the team's doing horrible because the fans are more insane.
Yeah, and they stay in the parking lot a little bit longer as opposed to wanting to get into the game. You know what you got to do? You got to go to and do some tailgating. You got to do some tailgating at the Pinstripe Bowl. When they had the Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's you go out there to that one. You get some good college tailgating out there. So you went to football and baseball. Like, what sports do you follow the most so we can talk about them?
Yeah, I mean, baseball, football, hockey, basketball. I follow them all. Those are my sports, and I've been doing reporting here for the baseball. For football, I was at I went and did some stuff for the Mets Padres wild card game 3. As Joe Calabrese commented in the chat, I'm our food expert as well, so I get to go out the tailgate and get all those foods. I mean, I was at a Jets tailgate yesterday. This guy had like a 300-pound smoker. He opens it up for me, shows me the ribs, and then Wesley Wallace comes over, Jets Ring of Honor Hall of Famer. So that was a pretty cool experience. But the food's been great there, and it's been a great experience. And we'll see where else we could end up going with this segment. It's been a lot of fun, especially at the tailgates where there's some people who are probably a little buzzed in the morning, and they give me some good content. But what's pretty crazy is, and you guys are familiar with the area, the Giants only charge $30 to park at MetLife Stadium, but the Jets charge $60. You would think it would be either the same or the Giants would charge more.
That's crazy that the Jets would charge $60 for a lesser product. You were talking about transportation earlier. How do you get out there?
Drive my car from.
Oh, you drive?
I
Okay.
drive from Staten Island. And the last guy I was on, you guys asked where I went to high school. I went to St. Joseph by the Sea. So
okay,
not too bad of a drive. I get there about a half hour, and nobody's on the road in the morning.
That's not bad. Once you get past Elizabeth, you're home free.
What do you think of what do you think of the Jets yesterday? Tried to, they tried, I think, how, like say they try to play, how they try to hide Zach Wilson, but yesterday they had to kind of let him get in the game. I tell you what, I'm a big fan of Garrett Wilson, though. I think Garrett Wilson is a player. I think you try to get the ball in his hands a lot. I think he can be a pretty good piece offensively. What do you think of the performance yesterday?
Well, I think the ghost of Sam Darnold was back because I think Zach Wilson was seeing ghosts against that Patriots. I don't know, the Patriots here, and I was asking fans in the parking lot, are the Jets a trick or a treat? Are they tricking their fans or they're treating their fans? Most of them said it was a treat, but maybe yesterday was back to reality. For me, it's interesting. Joe Flacco didn't dress yesterday, which means Mike White is now up to number 2 on the depth chart.
Yep.
And maybe we're going to see him sooner rather than later, but I think you got to continue with Zach Wilson for now because he's gotten you where you are at this point. He came back. They won every game 4-0. Obviously, they're missing Breece Hall, so that was a big loss. But also, they came back. They made it close 22-17, but I'm watching some of the game on TV, on Red Zone. I see Mac Jones throws a pick 6, but then it gets called back. That was a brutal penalty against the Jets. That was basically the game right there, a big momentum switcher. The Jets here,
that pick 6 was huge. That was a big play, that pick 6. If that was not for that personal foul, that pick right there would have changed that game yesterday.
Yeah, that was the game, I think. That could have been a season momentum swinger.
You're right. You're 100% correct.
The Jets, I don't know. Moving forward here, what I feel in my gut being here, living by so many Jets fans, is it's going to get to a week 18 win in their in scenario, and they're going to get blown out.
I'm about to check. Ask Nick a question, Dono. I'm going to check and see who the Jets would be playing. The playoffs started right now.
Run a simulator.
Let's talk about the Jets' former head coach, Todd Bowles, who has been
terrible.
Oh man, Todd Bowles,
in Tampa Bay.
Can you blame him though? I don't think you can blame him, man. That team got very old all at once, and then it's just kind of like,
there's definitely some questionable clock management stuff by him. But if Brady doesn't say he's missing Arians at this point, he's just flat out lying.
Huh.
Some guys look with Josh McDaniels. Like I would look at the Raiders and what's going on there and be like, maybe Josh McDaniels doesn't have that leadership quality. Maybe the men don't want to follow him into whatever.
Nobody. You talked about the Corey tree before. Everyone goes on to major success in broadcasting, but nobody under the Belichick tree has been good at head coach.
No, you're right. They haven't. Even go back to what's my man that went to Notre Dame? What's his name? Charlie Weiss. Disaster. Romeo Crennel was okay. Patricia, disaster. McDaniels, a disaster once, might be a disaster twice.
Joe Judge,
a disaster. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't even know if Joe Judge is a good coordinator. We don't
know much.
Yeah, we don't know anything about Joe Judge.
Did you get a chance to see the Giants yesterday?
I watched the Giants, and how do you let the kick return, the punt returner James walk back in the building today? Do you think now on the second muff punt, he gets carted off? Do you think that was a real injury, or he was like, I'm too embarrassed, I can't walk off?
His pride was hurt. As soon as I saw the injury, as soon as I saw the fumble, I saw him put his hands on his head, and then he just laid there, and I was like, oh, his pride is hurt. He is going to exit this game with hurt pride. He'll be back next week. He's not going to miss no time. He'll practice on Wednesday. His pride was hurt. Probably wanted to get away, like the Southwest airline commercials when the woman goes into the man's bathroom and look in his medicine cabinet, and the medicine cabinet collapsed. Like, you ever want to get away? He wanted to get away.
The Giants, I mean, they need somebody to return punts and kicks. They need a wide receiver. So why not?
The Giants have Kenny Galladay. The Giants already did this with Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay, what a disaster! I mean,
but no one was saying he was a disaster 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
They paid him big money too to come to.
I know, like he was Jerry Jeudy basically before. Now everyone's Jeudy, and it's like, what if they do the same thing?
Oh,
Kenny Galladay just got hurt, and now everybody hates him. It's weird. It's very weird. Hey, what
if
Kadarius Toney?
The Kadarius. I'm looking forward to seeing Kadarius Toney play with the San Diego
Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I want to see if he learns the playbook in time.
Well, I don't know. It seems like wide receivers have done well, but really the most talented guys. Let me ask you, Nick, what do you think of Tua? Are you a Tua supporter?
I'm not. I have this thing where I don't like Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL. They don't ever live up to expectation, and even
can't say that. Well, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts is getting it done. Mac Jones is struggling, but you got to give Jalen Hurts his props.
Product.
Oh, stop it.
Mac Jones, I don't know. There's still QB controversy there in New England. We'll see. The jury's still out. Remember Greg McElroy?
I remember he was terrible. He's in the booth right now. Actually, he does a pretty good job as a broadcaster, Greg McElroy. He does some college football games on Saturday. He might be the lead guy on the SEC network. I like McElroy. If the playoffs started today, the Jets would play the Baltimore Ravens. Ooh. That's where the Jets season would come to an end.
Well, right now, the Jets and Giants is high hopes for them because the baseball team stunk. And then the New York Knicks, I mean, they showed you the other night why they should have traded for Donovan Mitchell.
Yo, the past 2 nights, right? Because I had the Colts killed me yesterday. The 5-team parlay, they blew that up. Then the Raiders blew up the teaser. I was getting 6 with the Raiders. They lost by 24. So now I'm scrambling. I did hit the Cowboys over 27. I hit the Eagles minus 6.5 in the first half. So now I'm trying to get back to even. So I'm like, I grabbed live betting, and I saw the Knicks had a 7-point lead against the Cavaliers. And I was like, this is easy money right here, baby. I grabbed the Cavaliers at plus 120. By the time I went to the bathroom and came back, the score was tied. So, and that's 2 nights in a row because they had a big lead against the Hornets. I got the Hornets at plus 4.5 one night. So betting against the Knicks is profitable. See, that's where I'm at, Nick. I'm not, like, a lot of times I said, okay, I'm not gonna openly root against them. I won't openly bet against them. But now I worry about my pockets. And betting against the Knicks when you chasing on a Sunday night is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, my name's Nick. I'm born in New York, so it was a birthright for me to be a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
But this year, I'm not even wasting energy because I know they're not going to win anything. If maybe they get the 7-10 play-in game when they lose, their roster is significantly flawed. Julius Randle last year, I think, showed the NBA really is. And R. Barrett
is that good or bad?
Healthy, but he's not going to be.
Bad.
Is it bad? I like
All-star.
Wasn't Julius Randle great and then just
he had a
collapsed in the playoffs?
He had a crazy season immediately. Then he came back last year a little bit out of shape, had a nasty attitude with the fans. See, you can't do that in New York. You can't do that in New York. You can't have a nasty attitude with the fans. Right. He comes back this season. It's like the vibe ain't there. Your big 3 can't beat Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and Evan Fournier. R.J. Barrett, listen.
What about Obi Toppin? He didn't pan out?
Obi is all right.
Thibodeau won't play him. He wants to play Randall over him.
Yeah, exactly. So and then Thibodeau is an old school coach, so he's going to play the vet. And then you have this another situation is, so you get Zion goes 1, Ja goes 2, you get RJ Barrett, and you're thinking, okay, if Barrett can become something, a Rose Rule player, where you get the big extension like John Zion got, but no, that's not him. You know what I'm saying? He is a guy that his ceiling is might be an all-star snub 3 years from now. Like, that's his ceiling, RJ Barrett, right now. It's just they can't get out of their – you can't be bad for 30 years.
They are. We're watching it, right?
Yes,
we're watching it.
Yeah, we're literally watching it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's just like, and then, you know, you be like, oh, well, we can fire Thibodeau and bring back Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy's not going to save it. It's over. It's over.
Everyone was just in love with Thibodeau. Like
yeah.
I know at least that much.
Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jackson.
Why do you guys think Mark Jackson couldn't get another NBA coaching job, though? Was he blackballed?
I would. I don't want to sound controversial, right? When I say that, I don't want to sound controversial. I think he is blackballed. Yes.
Yeah, because I have a podcast. I had Jeff Van Gundy on last year. I asked him the same question. He said, "I think Mark's being blackballed, like flat out."
So he came out and flat out. Did he say why?
No, he didn't say. He's like, just maybe
he is like overtly Christian. So he's like team prayer, stuff like that. Right. That's a big part of what he does. I don't want to say that, speculate, or be controversial, but I think that could be a part.
You know who should have hired him 2 years ago? St. John's.
Yeah, no, you're right. St. John's, yeah, that would have been a good hire.
Is Chris Mullin still the coach there?
No, it's Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson, dude used to coach. I believe he used to coach Boston. He's like a Boston guy. No, he used to coach Arkansas. He used to coach the Razorbacks. That's who he used to coach. You know what I'm saying? But it's no good basketball in Madison Square Garden.
New York City and New Jersey have like great athletes in basketball and football, and the local teams, they all stink.
Yeah,
I don't understand why that is.
You see how like Philadelphia, right? Now 76 is not going to win because they need to. I've come to the conclusion they need to fire Doc Rivers, but like they put their baseball team in the World Series, their football team is playing well, and listen, the 76ers, they could be there at the end. New York can't do that. Like, well, that's ridiculous to me. It's not.
What do you think is the New York team that would be most likely to win a championship next?
The Yankees.
Yeah, I think it's the Yankees
out of it, right?
I think it's the New York Rangers.
I don't know enough about the New York Rangers.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just take your word for it. Sure. Of course. Yeah, you know what's right. Everyone's got a different answer. Jared's saying the Mets. I mean, like, right, you could probably make the case the Giants and Jets are kind of close. They're like third tier, you know, they're close enough and they're on the up and up at least.
New York hasn't won a championship in a long time. The Giants were the last time.
Well, you know why? They relied on that panache of like the Garden for so long and didn't realize like we're in an Instagram era. So
yeah,
now they got to actually make a good enough pitch, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then they'll say, okay, well, we're gonna get our assets together to make a run at Giannis. Now, why would Giannis leave a championship organization to come to New York, of all places, right?
Yeah.
Because they be, oh well, you can become a big celebrity in New York. They got a movie about him on Disney has a Giannis movie. You don't get much bigger than that, bro. Then Disney made a movie about him. He's in Milwaukee. He didn't need New York to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's so stupid. Oh, you can become a big star in New York. You can become a big Ja Morant playing Memphis. They gamble, they shoot dice on the court, and he's a big star. You don't need to be in New York.
The only sport where the big star thing matters as far as New York is baseball. Everywhere else, it does not matter.
But you see where the San Francisco Giants now, they're like, oh, we're going to throw all this money. They're like, they're not going to be out on Aaron Judge. They got the money. You see the price of rent out there, and they didn't stole everything from Oakland. You see, they got the goods to pay him. But they're a major market, but it ain't the same.
If I was a player, taking my fandom out of it, the last two places I'd want to play are California and New York because I'm going to lose half my salary from taxes.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
That's true.
You know,
claim New Jersey residents, Connecticut, I think actually.
Yeah, go
is that where
play
you want
for
to
the
be?
Marlins. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Not the worst idea. Didn't Jeter do something like that? He claimed he lived in Florida 6 months of the year when he was playing for the Yankees.
I could definitely
probably living in Tampa Bay by the spring training.
I think there was something. Yeah, I think there was something like that actually.
I could definitely see Derek Jeter cheating the system.
That's not cheating if he really did live there.
Yeah, that's true too. I won't take a shot at Derek Jeter. I'm sorry.
Come on.
No, because of Derek Jeter, little last dance Derek Jeter, that was so boring. He doesn't give you nothing, Derek Jeter. There was no holding the iPad and saying, oh, I took this personal. Derek Jeter is nothing. He has no personality. How did this happen?
It started off.
Become our king.
That started off so well. Like that was like, oh wow, this is really interesting. And then like by episode 4, I'm like, this is the same thing over and over again.
Goodness, by episode 4, I was like, please turn this off.
I've had enough.
Terrible. I'd rather watch the ESPYs.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Nick, you an ESPYs guy. I'm gonna wait till the summertime. I do a breakdown of the ESPYs.
So the ESPYs, I used to really enjoy them when they would have like a really good host each year. I think like Jamie Foxx was the last good host they had. He had 2 years in a row where he was incredible. But now it's just like it's very long. It's tough. I mean, it still has its moments, but it's like the same thing every year where whoever won the Super Bowl is the team of the year. We're gonna gloat about how great UConn's women's basketball is.
It does get a little bit very social media. All right, well, Nick, it's good hollering at you, my man. Keep doing your thing and we'll catch up.
All right, we'll see you guys at tailgate one week. Happy
That'd
Halloween.
be cool.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, no. That'll be a good one right there. Cowboys and Giants play on Thanksgiving this year.
I can't, dude. I cannot.
Thanksgiving.
I cannot wait. That's. I got a lot of plans for that. Oh, hey, my kid's home. Hey, come on, come hang out.
Come hang out, yeah.
Oh, congratulations, little girl. She ate all her food at lunch today.
Oh, that
means we can go trick or
there.
treat. We're gonna go trick or treating in about 5 minutes.
There you go. And
She's gonna be Elsa, actually. How do you like that, Core?
Oh, nice, Elsa.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a picture of Kennedy as Elsa. I'll send it to
I'll
you.
take one. We'll say.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll exchange.
I got 2 Elsas.
There you go. Great. Have you ever built a snowman? I tell you what. I mean, having Nando. I meant to tell you this. You know who I met at homecoming?
Who?
The girl who does the voice for Doc McStuffins.
Wow, really?
Yes, crazy. Her father
was she there? Oh,
her
no
father
way.
went to state. Yes,
So she was close.
I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? How random is that?
Did you get a page? You're like, hey, you should come on the show sometime.
I know, right? I should have.
Yeah, that should be. Did you shake her hand? That would have been like not Hall of Fame, but like
that would have been a good one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't shake her hand. I shook.
That would have been like an ice skating hall. You know what I mean? Like just like one of those lower tier. Someone's Hall of Fame.
Pop-up shop.
That's pretty awesome, man.
How about that? You never know.
Did you go
Small
like after
world.
you met her? Were you like, let me just check IMDb really quick?
I know, right?
She was telling the truth. She telling the truth.
I think it might be her pops. I think it might be her pop's friend on Facebook or something. I gotta go check it out.
Go through like just don't accidentally like one from like.
I know, right? I've done that before. Like a picture in a bikini. Like, oh, I'm sorry, from 9 months ago.
I've done that to my friends before on purpose.
Yeah.
Just brrr, and then boom. And then, now what?
Oh man,
all right.
good stuff. Happy
We had a great
Halloween,
show,
everybody.
Thanks everybody for trick or treating. We hope you had a good time. We're gonna go literal trick or treating now until tomorrow. November's here. We're getting serious. Crunch time, waiver wire. A lot more to talk about. We'll probably get a little more into Greg Dulcich tomorrow. So get excited about that. What they're doing with Darrell Henderson. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But for now, gonna throw a few back. Go trick or treating and see where the night takes us. Happy Halloween, friend. Happy Halloween, friends.